So yeah, what's up? So this is what Deku was katakuri, and or slash betrayed. Part 1. So yeah. Yeah. Deku will have the same mouth as katakuri. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get to the order. As we see Deku, not Naruto, Deku. As we see Deku, we see Deku at the USJ, lying down on the ground as the 1A students are laughing. Deku wants to know why. As All Might walks up to Deku, he takes out a hair of Deku as he eats it, getting one for all back. And yes, I know you guys don't want. I know this is not how it works, but just bear with me. Just make it seem like it's plot armor. So yeah. You guys always hear this song in every single of my what ifs, pretty much. And yeah, okay, let's get back to the what if. As All Might eats the cork. As Deku, we have a flashback. As Deku was actually getting beaten up by the Nomu. As the Nomu was beating him up, as all the class 1A students just laughed. They laughed and laughed, as they don't care what's happening to Deku, as they think Deku was a traitor. As we have another flashback of Toga, getting a sample of blood of Deku. A blood sample of Deku. A blood sample of Deku. As she uses the blood sample to turn into Deku. As she went inside UA and stole files. As was stuffing in the cameras. As that changed, Deku. As everyone Deku loved, everyone who Deku loved, and thought was real, friends, happiness, the true key for his happiness, betrayed him. As we have another flashback of when Deku got back. Inko didn't even greet Deku. She was just quiet. As that was the day before the USJ. As Deku's crying. His life was already horrible, but his life is more horrible. As Deku gets kicked by All Might. Kicked into the portal. Kicked near Shigaraki. As Shigaraki says, huh? As he looks down, he sees Deku. He says, oh. As he was scratching his neck because the Nomu just lost. As he keeps scratching it and he says, argh. As he takes all his anger out. As he puts on his core cancelling gloves as he picks up Deku, as he says, thanks, All Might. Even though they're not working together. Never mind, he doesn't say thanks, All Might. As he says, I will get you, and your head will be mine. As he laughs, as he laughs, as they take Deku. As they get to the hideout, as Deku is stripped to a chair in he could in a place where Deku sees experiments of nomus. As we hear a guy, he's bold, as this is the doctor, as he says, "Ho ho ho, we meet again, don't we?" As Deku looks up, as he can't speak, with something on his mouth, which there's like something on his mouth. As he says, "Oh, you can't speak, because let's just say you're Project 105." As that is the amount of nomus he made. His doctor says, "Well, you are gonna be Project, let's see, 106, yes. No, sorry. Since you are the first person to be a different, experiment, you will be Project SCP-12. Yes, you will be Project SCP-12. As he grins, and he says, as Deku get in his mind says, "No, that's the doctor who said he was correct us." And yeah, as the doctor starts he goes to the pod that Deku's in, the container, whatever you want to call it. As he goes there, as he programs the container to do this, as he doesn't want to turn Deku into the Nomu, instead a experiment. He's just messing around with Deku, seeing what he can do. Oh yeah, by the way, take away what I said about Deku's mouth. He doesn't have that yet. I said yet. He doesn't have that yet. And yeah, as Deku is getting experimented on, everything happens so fast. Yeah, okay. As Deku's getting, experimented on, as Deku's yelling, but he can't. But this is what it sounds like when Deku yells. You know how you yell, but you're under the water? Yeah, that's as bubbles come up. Yeah, like that. That's what he sounds like. As the thing on Deku's mouth, it starts to It starts to do some stuff to its mouth. Not. Well, it is an experiment, so yeah. It's nothing romantic, no. It's something horrible. As we time skip 2 days. I mean, no, not 2 days, 1 week. I mean, not 1 week, 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks, 1 week. As Deku's mouth got fiend into Katakuri's mouth. As well as his hair turned pink. I'm pretty sure it's pink. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pink, and yeah. And yeah, as he says, you survived that. I didn't expect that. Well, whatever. As he says, step 2. As Deku was already knocked out. As the doctor does step 2 of his project. Experiment, actually. As Deku's getting you can say Deku's building up the hatred. And then the doctor says, what should I do for step 2? As he writes down some ideas, as his pencil breaks, as he says, yes, this is it. I can't help myself. As he goes on to step 2, as as he gave Deku free quirks. Not quirks. His free abilities the doctor gave him. This is an experiment. So the doctor's just messing around with Deku. As like a puppet master that's playing around with his puppet. With the puppet is not allowed to do anything, as the master will play around until pop. And yeah. So yeah. Deku gets free abilities. As the doctor says, well, as Off One comes in, as he says, Doctor. As Off One says, yes sir, what is it? As 2 months has passed, a month has passed. As the Off One says, how has Experiments SCP-12 been doing? Oh well, he's been doing great actually. The results is perfect. Good. I hate. At least we're creating a new generation of quirk. It's Off One smirks. And Off One says, I need to get some coffee. As he goes out. As he goes to get some coffee. And, by the way, the fight between Off One and One For All, Off One and All Might didn't happen. So, Prime All Might, Prime Off One. Okay. And don't complain. Just don't complain. I can't be bothered talking to you guys who complains. So yeah. Oh, Deku, he's been getting experimented on. He got in 1.5 months he got free abilities. The doctor calls it Haki. 1. Armament. 2. Observation. 3. Conquers. As the doctor's experiment is going well. As the doctor says, what should I give? I don't think I have any ideas. As for a second, as Deku stops breathing, as the doctor says, no, my experiment, it was going so well. As he tries to, he does everything so Deku can stay alive, because he wants Deku to be the ultimate weapon. But Deku, he stopped breathing. As the doctor sits down and his face palms and says, as Off One touches his shoulder and says, what happened? As doctor starts sweating, as he's as Off One looks at the heartbeat machine thingy, I don't know what it is. He sees Deku's not breathing. And Dick, Off One says, throw him out. And Deku is and get another one. Off One had a good mood, but his mood changed to annoyed. As Off One went out, and he wants to kill some heroes. And he wants to do something. As he's plotting something. As Off One says, you know what? Stop making ultimate weapons. Work on my successor for once. as all doctors say, accessory. As you see another person, it's Shigaraki in a pod. As the doctor is making manga, spoiler alert, manga Shigaraki. Okay, he's making that Shigaraki. And one stick he got thrown out by Katakuri. Not Katakuri. Gary. I don't know why, but their names sound like the same. If you say Gary or Katakuri, like your last, like Gary, sounds like the same. Gary, whatever. Teleporting guy teleports Deku out and to the forest, and yeah, it's when Deku lands on his face. The teleport, Katakuri's teleport thingy disappears, and yeah. As Deku starts breathing, and yeah. As the heartbeat machine malfunction, and yeah. As Deku says, I can't believe that worked. And he starts coughing as I'm pretty sure Katakuri is kinda a prodigy, and which Deku is kinda a prodigy. The only thing he can do is learn faster, and yeah, he learned faster than human beings, and pretty much that's it. And yeah, as Deku starts crawling around the forest, as he didn't know what he was looking, as his eyes was closed all the time. As when he stand up, he actually tripped. As he tripped down you know those cracks in the earth? Yeah, those. He goes down there. As he says, I'm gonna die. As he lands in water. And he says, and Deku floats into the shore. As Deku, when he gets out, he starts coughing out water. As Deku looks up, and he finally opens his eyes, as he sees a devil fruit. As he crawls to that, as he says, hunger, food, it's food. As he grabs the devil fruit, as he starts munching on it, even though it tastes so gross, he starts eating it. As Deku felt a pain turning on his stomach as he got knocked out. And yeah, he got knocked out. As the next day, Deku wakes up. He's still at the same place, and yeah. And Deku gets up, and for some reason, he is at full strength. He doesn't know why, but he's just at full strength. As you all know, the Mochi no Mi can transport them. Can make Deku transform into Mochi, which his body is pretty much filled with Mochi, and that can restore his energy since it's food. As Deku won't starve of hunger anymore, but he can still taste, which yeah. As he sees clean water, and it's the same water that he fell in, which is really clean. As he goes there and starts drinking, which he does, he is thirsty. Yeah. As Deku feels different. He was unconscious when he was in the queue. Now he can feel different. As he looks at his arm, and yeah. And he forms a fist, like he looks at a rock and he thinks that he should start doing some training. As he goes for a punch to the rock, as his haki activate armament, as he breaks the rock, and he says, "What?" And yeah, he says, "Is this my quirk?" As he gets a little bit of memories, as he says, "No, it's not my quirk. It's just an experiment." As he gets memories of the USJ, as he says, "These bastards, I'm gonna kill them." Sorry, Mom. I don't know what I did wrong, but... Yeah. So, yeah. We have another time skip, like 2 weeks and 2 months. May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, another 2 months. As Deku learned of his armament, observation, and conquers in those 2 months. As well as he figured out that he had mochi for he had this type of power, which is mainly mochi. It is sticky and short gain, which I'm pretty sure you all know. The devil fruit is a paramecia type. I'm pretty sure it's at like a tier 20 in my opinion. And yeah, let me just have a brief recap. The Mochi no Mi is a special paramecia type devil fruit that allows the user to create, control, and transform into Mochi. And yeah, that's pretty much a very brief recap of what it is, if you make it into like that short sentence. And yeah, as Deku has figured out pretty much this. He can do this. And yes, I know it's overpowered, but remember, Deku can learn faster than human beings. So yeah, these are the abilities he can do. He can do this. He can do this. Yeah, he can do this. He can do that arm thingy. And I don't know why this is not working, but whatever. Yeah, and he can manipulate the mochi to turn it into haki, and pretty much yeah. Sure. Let me delete this real quick. So Deku, he is buff. He is Meliodas buff when he faces the Demon King. Yeah, he's that buff. How tall is Katakuri? So yeah, he is 5'10", because I don't want to make him 16 foot fifth. He's 16 foot, because that's how tall Luffy Katakuri